Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday morning. Okay, this video is bound to upset somebody, but sorry, this is reality. It's one of those videos that I guess I'll just have to accept one of the titles on my foot-long business card that's got every title that liberals have decided to give me. So I guess I'll have to embrace my inner Islamophobe on this one. Yeah, okay. So here we are. We're 3 days removed from Easter Sunday, and the Pope has died, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so religion's been in the conversation here lately by a lot of people. And of course we get all the screaming bloody murder keffiyeh wearing protesters who are saying that Palestine needs to be a independent nation and we've got to free Palestine and all that crap, you know. And their way of protesting, of course, is by beating up little old ladies or breaking car windows, you know, all those things that make for, you know, solid citizens. You know, I mean, come on. They're walking right in the footsteps of Palestinians anyway. I mean, you know, we want Hamas. We want to be terrorists. We want to be our own terrorist nation. Got it. Okay. You know, I love all these people that come up and say that that's not true. Palestine's a democracy. They elected Hamas. Yeah, they had one election. Hamas got elected, and then Hamas canceled any further elections and says, we were elected, and that is permanent. Got it. Okay. So here we are in the United States, and I challenge anybody to stand on the street corner, walk around, and say the United States is a Christian nation. Do it on social media. There'd be a fun one. And watch the vitriol that is spilled at you. Probably see quite a bit. Hey, everybody, the United States is a Christian nation. Period. Pinball, you can't say that. Want to bet? For those of you that have watched my videos long enough, how do I make my arguments? I base them on facts. It is a fact the United States is a Christian nation. And don't argue with me. How can you even say that? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I can go back to a Supreme Court decision from 1892, the Holy Trinity versus the United States, okay? And in their decision, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but the last sentence says, these and many other matters which might be noticed add a volume of unofficial declarations to the mass of organic utterances that this is a Christian nation. Okay. I've said many times that the Constitution was written based upon Christian values and Christian morals. Okay. The Supreme Court affirmed over 100 years after the Constitution was written that we are a Christian nation. And before anybody goes, oh, that doesn't matter, yeah, it does. I hate to tell you this. The laws that are on the books, unless they have been changed by Congress, still stand, even if they are 133 years old. And the Supreme Court said we are a Christian nation. So guess what, everybody else? You got no standing. Now, on the other side of that, the First Amendment to the same Constitution, you know that it's just a piece of paper thing? Right, that thing? Says that you have the right to practice whatever religion you want. Yes, you do. Okay? No question. I'm not going to argue that point whatsoever. What you don't have a right to do is force that religion on anybody else. Okay? Yes, if you want to be Muslim, if you want to be Jewish, if you want to be Hindu, if you want to be Voodoo, if you want to be Rastafarian, if you want to be Wiccan, you can do that in the United States, and nobody can give you crap for it. What you don't have a right to do is let your laws infringe upon others. And yet here we are in the 21st century crusades, watching it happen in the United States, and the idiots who are running some of these cities, states, soon to be the country, are just letting it happen. I don't have to remind anybody about the 1,400-acre parcel of land outside of Dallas that is being planned to be a Muslim community that is only going to be run by Sharia law. Sorry, that's illegal. Can't do it. U.S. law still stands. The state police of Texas, the Texas Rangers, the county sheriff, whatever, still have jurisdiction over that land. We have many states that are outwardly writing laws banning Sharia law in their states. Good, again, because as the Constitution says, we are a Christian nation. We all know Dearborn, Michigan. I've told you guys the story of that, where they basically kicked out anybody who was any other ethnicity. And I explained how they did it. Property taxes, they raised the property taxes on Joe's hardware store to the point where he couldn't afford it. And then Joe finally said, screw this, I can't do business here. I've got to sell the property because I can't pay the property tax. So Ahmed comes in, buys it, turns it into his falafel shop, and they drop the property taxes down to next to nothing. And that's how they kicked everybody out. We are being invaded. You know that. And while the U.S. birth rate, the birth rate around the world is going down, the radical Muslim birth rate is going up, okay? And the conversion. When you've got the call to prayer being broadcast 5 times a day in London, we hear about it, but we go, I don't live in London, so it doesn't affect me. Till you realize that the call to prayer is being broadcast 5 times a day in some parts of New York City. Imagine you're walking down the street and you've got to listen to that horrendous sound. You cannot ring church bells in New York City because of noise pollution. And usually church bells are rang, once a week? Not 5 times a day. We have different rules for thee and not for me, right? And the social justice warriors in politics are like, oh, just let them be, just let them be. Yeah, these are the same guys that tore down, flew planes into the World Trade Center, remember? And now you're going to pat them on the back and say, oh, just be good neighbors. I want you to watch this.
They're alarmed after seeing Muslim community patrols driving through their neighborhoods in what looked like police squad cars. One America's Pearson Sharp has the details.
New Yorkers say they're shocked after seeing Muslim patrol cars roaming their neighborhoods like police squads. These Muslim community patrols just began operating in Brooklyn this year, with members dressed like police officers and driving cars identical to police squad cars. Even other Muslims have raised questions about the need for the patrols, with residents expressing fears this is just another form of Sharia law enforcement. Area. Others denounce residents for drinking, claiming this is a Muslim area and alcohol is not permitted.
That is a news clip from yesterday in Brooklyn, where now we have people impersonating police officers, okay, driving around in vehicles that look exactly like an NYPD squad car. Imagine you're driving down the street and blue lights come on behind you. Most people, unless you're some gangbanger somewhere, some criminal, are going to pull over. And imagine the crime you have is, oh, your dog is sticking its head out the window. Oh, we saw you at the store buying beer. You can't do these things. I mean, you think I'm kidding? There are signs going up in different areas. Please refrain from walking your dogs in this area. The Muslim community thinks that dogs are dirty animals and it offends them. Okay? I want to flip that. My dog is fine. Why don't you refrain from walking in the area because it offends me? Impersonating a police officer is illegal in the United States, but yet they can get away with the Muslim community patrol. Decking out your car to look like a squad car is a crime. You can't do it. The car doesn't say police, it says MCP on it. You can't put blue lights on your car legally, but they get away with it. We are being overrun, and our country is being overtaken by people who want to turn this into a Muslim country, into an Islamic state under Sharia law. I'm sorry, I don't believe in false prophets. I don't believe in imaginary gods. I don't believe in pedophilia. No, your Sharia law will never come anywhere near me. Ever. Understand that. If I'm offending you and your Islamic religion right now, good. Because I'm the guy you need to be afraid of. Because I will not submit. And good luck with the killing all the infidels when it comes to me and a whole lot of guys like me. Because I hate to tell you this, we shoot back. Pinball out.